Starting off with the question number 5. Prepare statement of profit for the following information given by Y on 31/3/1988. Date is very important. 31/3/1988. Okay. Capital as on 31/3/1988 19,000. Capital as on 1/4/1987 20,000. So 88 का कैपिटल हो गया है आपका क्लोजिंग कैपिटल एंड 87 का कैपिटल हो गया है आपका ओपनिंग कैपिटल. He gave loan of ₹3,000 to his wife on private account. Okay, wife को लोन दिया है. So just understand it has nothing to do with the business. So what is it? Ultimately, this is your drawing. Wife withdrew ₹300 per month for personal purposes. Okay, personal purposes के लिए again nothing to do with business. Again this is drawing. His personal flat's rent ₹110 per month was paid from business. So 110 per month है और business ने पे किया है आपका रेंट. business क्यों पे करेगा? ये ड्राइंग है. तो अपन को क्या करना है? 110 into 12 जो भी आता है वो अपना ड्राइंग हो जाएगा. 110 into 12 is 1320. So we have 3 things in our drawing. Let's go further. He sold 7.5% government bonds of ₹2,000 at 2% premium and brought the money into business. So this is your additional capital. बॉन्ड्स बेचा और पैसा बिजनेस के अंदर लेकर आया. सो 2000 का 2% प्रीमियम ऐड करो, जो भी होता है दैट इज योर एडिशनल कैपिटल. सो स्टार्ट विद योर सोल्यूशन डायरेक्टली. वील प्रिपेयर वाइज कैपिटल अकाउंट. सो ओपनिंग कैपिटल बाय बैलेंस brought down. This is your opening capital. See, 5 things we'll have in capital account. We'll count once we finish. Opening capital हो गया आपका 20,000. Now second thing is given your closing capital 19,000. So opening capital लिखा, अब closing capital नीचे आ जाओ और लिख दो to balance carried down is 19,000. So just tick your opening capital is done, your closing capital is done. Now he gave loan of ₹300 to his wife on private account. So opening capital में से सब लेस हो रहा है, इसलिए डेबिट साइड में आएगा ड्रॉइंग्स. 2 drawings in inner column because we have marked 3 things in drawings. 1 2 3. So in inner column, first thing is loan to wife, that is 3,000. So loan to wife is your 3,000. You can mention your loan to wife. Then the second thing is wife withdrew 300 per month for personal purposes. So 300 into 12 comes to 3,600. That is again your drawing. And third, rent दिया है फ्लैट का. So that is again your drawing. 110 into 12 comes to 1320. So 1320. Total now outer column में it comes to 7920. So total drawing 7920. So opening capital, closing capital and drawings. Now the next point. He sold 7.5% government bonds of ₹2,000 at 2% premium and brought the money into business. So what is this? This is additional capital brought in through bank or cash, whatever it is. So by bank, your bank account, additional capital 2,000 into 2%. You have to add, and then that is 2,000 into 2%. 2% is 40. So 2040. 2040. So now opening capital, closing capital, drawings on your debit side, additional capital on your credit side, because कैपिटल का बैलेंस ही क्रेडिट बैलेंस होता है, तो यदि एडिशनल कैपिटल ला रहे हैं तो वो क्रेडिट में ऐड होगा, यदि ड्राइंग कर रहे हैं तो कैपिटल का बैलेंस रिड्यूस होता है, सो इट इज इन योर डेबिट साइड. एंड नाउ the balancing figure will be your net profit. By net profit for the year, that will be your balancing figure. तो टोटल ले लो पहले डेबिट साइड का. इट विल बी 26,920. 26,920 is total of your debit side. 26,920, and the 26,920 minus 20,000 minus 2040 comes to 4880. That is your net profit for the year. Now the same thing, we'll be plotting a statement of profit and loss account. It is the same thing as wise capital account, just the pro forma is different. So let's start. We start with the closing capital, that is capital as on 31/3/1988. So capital as on 31/3/88, you call it as closing capital, and this amounts to your 19,000. See, check from your capital account. 19,000 was the closing capital. Now we know our formula, add less less. So just write first add less less. Add का D उठाओ, यदि D उठाओगे तो क्या लेकर आओगे? Add D for drawings. Add drawings, और यहाँ पर हमने drawings किया 3,000 plus 3,600 plus 1,320, 7,920. 7,920 is your drawings. So just add it and make a total. It comes to 26,920. 26,920. Okay. Now once we have added, what we need to subtract? We need to subtract add का पूरा add उठा के इधर लाओ, and it is your additional capital, less additional capital. That is capital introduced during the year. You can also mention capital introduced during the year. कितना है ये, कितना एडिशनल कैपिटल वो लेकर आया था. सी, हमने यहाँ मेंशन किया है 2040 इज व्हाट ही सोल्ड द गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स. 2000 के जो थे 2% प्रीमियम पे, दैट इज 40 रुपीज, एंड 2040 इज व्हाट ही गॉट इनटू द बिजनेस. सो एडिशनल कैपिटल 2040 needs to be subtracted. Less additional capital, less opening capital or capital as on 1487. You can also write it as opening capital. Okay. So how much is your opening capital? Opening capital is mentioned here, 20,000. So once you subtract the two figures from 26,920, what you get is your net profit during the year, and net profit during the year is 4,880. 4,880 is your answer, which is called as net profit during the year. So 5 things to reach to the net profit during the year: opening capital, closing capital, drawings, additional capital, and the balancing figure is your net profit. I hope it is clear. So get on to the next question.